Hey everyone, today I'm here to show you how to make a proper helix in AutoCAD 123D Design, or Autodesk 123D Design. First, start off with what I was needing to do was make this screw right here. So, couldn't figure out how to make a helix on here, so went online or in YouTube trying to find out how to do it. Found a bunch of different ways that people use, and I had a lot of problems with them. So I'm going to start off with two of the most common methods I saw people doing. First one is this one right here, which this was taking a set of rectangles, raising them and rotating them in an even pattern, and then using the loft command to create the helix. I made this one exaggerated to show my point, but you can see right here that you have a curve here and a curve here, and you get this kind of an S shape going on the side of the helix, which I'm not a fan of. There are ways you can fix it after doing it, but that's a lot of work. Making helix in general is a lot of work, but that's more work than I cared to figure out how to do. Next one was making it with the torus and cutting it in half and rotating each half and connecting the faces to make a helix. Well, right here on this face looks great. It all angled properly, looks good and everything. But when you turn over here and you look at it, see if I can't line it up, it straightens out right here. So you're going from a curved line or an angled line to a straight line, back to a diagonal line to straight. That's not a helix. So that didn't do me any good. So I spent about 45 minutes trying to figure out how to do it myself, and this is what I came up with right here. And as far as I can tell, it is the most perfect helix that can be made on this program. As you can see, I chose to do a rectangle on this one. You can use any shape you want. You can use a square or a circle, anything. But I have a perfect rectangle right here. Come up to the top, got a perfect rectangle right here, and that rectangle profile goes all the way down. It is perfectly circular inside and out, and when you look at it, you can see that my lines at any angle all continue to move down in a continuous fashion. So, I'm going to show you how to make this object right here. First, I'm going to start by making a circle. I'm going to do mine a 1 inch wide. This is going to be my interior diameter of my helix. And then from here, I'm going to do what I call making a unit square, which is just a square with dimensions, or a cube with dimensions of 1. And I'm going to set it to where the corner of it meets at the same corner of my circle. Now, I'm going to sketch a rectangle on the face of the cube perpendicular to the plane of my circle. I'm doing mine a 1/2 inch by 1/4 inch. I'll explain why I'm doing these measurements a little bit later. But once I have that, this cube can go. Now this right here is going to be the profile of my tooth or of the helix, or whatever you want to call it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to make a copy of it, so Control C, Control V, move it over to where it is on the same edge on the opposite side. I'm going to take both of them, select them both, oops, select both of them, make a copy, Control C, Control V, there we go, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Next I'm going to select them all again, make another copy, so Control C, Control V, and I'm going to place this one at 45 degree. Next set and last set I'm going to make at Control C, Control V, I'm going to set at 22.5 degrees, which is half of 45. So now what that did, that has created 16 different profiles of my helix and where it's going to go. So what I like to do, I start on one of my cardinal directions. I personally start over here, and first what I'm going to do, I'm going to set the height of my the height of the spacing. So make a copy of it, then I'm going to make this one 1 inch tall. There we go. So now I have to raise all of these in proportion to where at the end it is 1 inch. Meaning that since I have 16 of these profiles, means I have to have I have to raise it up in 1/16 increments. So this first one I will move up 1/16, which a 16th comes out to be 0.0625. Next one will be 2/16. This will raise up 2/16. There's also an eighth, is 0.125. And then I'm going to keep going around the circle just like that. So that was 1/16, 2/16, 3/16, 4/16, 5, 6, 7, all the way around until I hit 15/16 right here. And this first one you made right here will be your 16/16. But that takes a while to do, and I've already done it, so I'm going to delete that right quick, come down, turn on my sketches. There you go. That's what it looks like when you're done. You get that nice circular pattern, and it goes up in an even fashion. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Control, and I'm going to select each face of that pattern I just made, going from lowest order to highest. Takes a bit, and you gotta figure out how to rotate your camera angle. Okay, now that I've selected all of them in order from lowest to highest, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit Loft. and this is what it left me. So I hit enter. I'm going to hide my sketches, and there you have one revolution of your helix. Now what I can do, I can make a copy of it, raise it up. Since my spacing was 1 inch, I just have to raise it up 1 inch. And I can connect them that way. Or if your values weren't as easy as mine, if your height has to be something like a small number, you can end up doing just like that. You can select the magnet, select your two faces, and connect them just like that. So I'm going to make them all one piece right quick. Enter. There you go. One entire piece. Now I can scale it however I wish. Right now you can see I have a 2-inch diameter helix. Say I want a 1/2 inch or whatever size I want. I can go here. It's like this. There are 4 halves in 2. Therefore, I need to be 1/4, which is 0.25. And then hit enter. Alright. And there you go. Now I have my outside diameter of 0.5. I can do whatever else I want to the height. Make it really small. Make like a ring or a, I don't know, a slinky, I guess. I don't know what you're using your stuff for. Or I can make it really tall. There you go, I can make it as tall as I like, and after a while it starts, kinda looks like a, starting to look like a drill bit or something. I don't know what you'd use it for, but whatever your uses are, that is how I've figured out how to make the most perfect helix I could on Autodesk 123D Design. And as a little bonus, I showed what you can do with the helix. I use the exact same pattern as at the beginning, except this time I use circles, and then as I moved up 1/16, I reduced the diameter of my circle by 1/16. So I start off with 1 inch here. The next one is 15/16, then 14, 13, all the way around. So this one right here, which this is 1/16, or this circle right here, and then I put a chamfer on the end of 1/32. And kind of looks like the end of a corkscrew to me. I guess if you continued the helix down with this 1 inch circle, that could be your end of your corkscrew. I don't know if it'd work in plastic, but maybe if you're printing and if you have one of the metal printers, that's insanely expensive. But either way, there you go. Thanks for watching.